One of the biggest questions that you can ask yourself coming up in this life is, what do you want out of life? You know, that's one of the biggest questions. How y'all doing? This Mr. Amen, and this is a Let Them Know Media production. So today, I wanted to talk to you all about what is it that you want out of life? What is it that you want out of life? And what are you actively doing in this moment, today, yesterday? What do you have planned for tomorrow to work towards whatever it is that you see in your mind and what you want in your heart out of this life? You know, you only have so much time. I heard a comedian talking about on a comic show. He was like, you know, how old are you? Some of the people was like, I'm 30. Some of them was saying I'm 40. And you had a couple people like, yeah, I'm 50. He was like, man, you got 30 summers left. You got 30 summers left, right? And, you know, I think that that's one of the biggest ways to put this into a flex, right? Like, what do you want out of life? If you 50 years old, you got 30 summers left. What are you actively doing to reach the goals that you set for yourself? No matter if it was that day, whether if it was 5 years ago, 6 months ago, what are you actively doing to bring that into fruition? You know, a lot of times I know that the things that we got going on in our life make us have low self-esteem, make us feel like, you know, we don't deserve it, or we don't actively know how to get there. All the problems that's going on in our life, the money that we have spent, the money that we don't have. You know, a lot of times that make a person feel like, well, how can I build towards my dreams when I'm only working with a certain amount of money and the bills need to be paid this week? That can discourage a person. That can make a person feel like, what am I dreaming for? What do I really want out of life if I can't even pay my bills? What do I want out of life if my bills is due, but then my dreams is bigger than my bills, but I don't have the time or the energy to actually fight for what I want out of life? So I know a lot of us feel like that. I know that I feel like that sometimes, and I have felt like that at times. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to make a list about what's important to you, and you need to put it in a list like, okay, this is the most valuable and this is the least valuable out of all of the things on my list that I feel like is the most important to me. And you need to go day by day, going off that checklist, checking things off that list. You don't have to go off big, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have big plans and attack them so rough and so tough. You can do little things at a time. You can take little steps at a time. You can go towards your goal one step at a time. They don't have to be big steps, because the one thing about big steps is when you take a big step and you feel like you didn't bit off more than you can chew, you start making yourself feel like, well, dang, I can't do none of this now because I tried to do too much and I'm failing. And you was already a little discouraged, but you was like, I'm gonna go hard or I'm gonna go home, and you didn't even do the least that you can do for yourself. So once more and again, what do you want out of life, and what will it take for you to start going towards your dreams every day? What will it take? Will it take your wife? Will it take your husband? Will it take those kids? Or will it just take you going deep within yourself and recognizing that what you have for yourself is the biggest thing ever? And your husband, your wife, your children, your family will benefit off of you being the best version of yourself. You being the best version of yourself. Everybody in your immediate circle will benefit off of you being the best version of yourself. You know, my grandma 90 years old, and my mom and my dad, they already passed away. And one of the biggest flexes for me, in the moment that I'm in right now, is that my grandmama is proud of me. I wish that I can say that she will be here when I'm able to do more for the people because of the steps that I'm taking right now. A lot of times I can't admit myself, I used to look at things like, I should have did that 5 years ago. I should have did that 10 years ago. I should have started this so long ago. But guess what? Ain't nothing more important than now. You start really working on yourself and your self-esteem, and you start downplaying yourself when you start talking to yourself like that. I remember when I started really going hard on my spirituality back in 2010, and one of the high priests used to tell me, you're gonna make yourself sick thinking like that. You're gonna make yourself sick. Ain't nothing more important than now. And I know you wish you should have been doing this a long time ago, but you're doing it now. So that meant to me, take advantage of the now. Take advantage of the now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't feel bad for yourself. Don't say to yourself that the things that I did yesterday and last week and last month is so discouraging that I don't deserve the blessing. Any day that you wake up, any day that you are above ground is a day where you can keep on going hard for whatever it is that you want to do with your life. We got so many distractions going on right now. We out here celebrating when we should be out here liberating ourselves with the dreams and the aspirations and the goals that we should be setting for ourselves. We living in a culture with scamming and a lot of vanity and a lot of other things is playing and taking shape in our minds and in our hearts, and it's moving away, and we're moving away from who we truly are. The things that we supposed to be doing with ourselves. Like, why would we continue doing anything that's not beneficial to us and the people that we love? Is it because the world is telling us something different? But why aren't we telling ourselves what our world should be thinking, right? Why shouldn't we be telling ourselves what our world is? Why are we not programming ourselves more than social media and the radio is? More than the movies is, the videos is. We can't control nothing but ourselves. So I keep asking the question, and I won't stop asking this question, and every video is gonna be wrapped around the idea and the goal of what do you want out of life and what are you actively doing to get to the finish line. So I want to end with a few things, right? Whatever the distractions is, you need to clear your mind, clear your heart. Start making things more pronounced in your mentality, in your visual mind frame about what it is that you want to do with yourself. All of the noise, all of your friends, all of your family, all of the distractions that's coming in and it's tugging and it's pulling you. It's pulling you and it's tugging you, right? In the directions that you don't even want to go in yourself, right? Right? So we need to get focused. And we need to stop celebrating so much until we actually have a reason to celebrate. All right? And, here at Let Them Know Media, my goal is to give you, all of the positive energy, all of the positive information so you can connect to your struggle and your hustle, your desires, your blessings. Through education, through motivation, and through inspiration. And so guess what? If y'all like what I'm talking about, please connect me to other people. Please share this with one person. One person that you know can benefit off of listening to a message, right? From somebody that probably look just like them. See, I'm not the average person out here. And I wanted to give a shout out to, one of my favorite motivational speakers, that's E.T. the hip hop preacher. He made it possible for me to be looking the way that I look, and I'm able to motivate people right from where I'm at. I don't have a suit and tie on. I don't have on khakis and a button-up shirt. I want to connect with people where they at, because that's where I'm at too. So if you like this message, if you understand where I'm coming from, and if you connect with the message, please like and subscribe. Please share this content with one person. Please just share it with one person. And please do me the honor and let me know how y'all feel down in the comment section. Yes. And as always, I want to thank you all for that in advance. What do you want out of life? And once you figure that out, you need to take care of your business. All right? Peace.